Football fans can't help but roll their eyes when the punt unit comes out. While punt returns are one of the most exciting plays in the sport, it means the offense squandered an opportunity to put points on the board. It's the offense's version of waving of the white flag and living to fight another down. The Dallas Cowboys know all too well that a punt can turn a game on its head. With elite return specialists like Deion Sanders, Mel Renfro and Bob Hayes, the Cowboys have had no shortage of moments during punts that have completely altered the momentum of a game. On the flip side, having a strong punter is a valuable weapon. It can help a team win the all-important field possession battle and pin opponents deep inside their own territory. It may not be as inviting as a top 20 wide receivers list, but these punters deserve proper recognition. Criteria for selection. Comparing and contrasting punters is very straightforward because there are only so many statistics and accolades to consider. The job of a punter is very simple, not that it isn't difficult. Their job and overall success also hinges on the play of their blockers and gunners bringing down the returner. Receiving Pro Bowl and All-Pro nods is not easy for punters, so that weighed heavily. Additionally, length of tenure mattered a great deal, as punters who enjoyed a lengthy run with the Cowboys will rank higher than someone who may have been more efficient and more talented. The top 5 punters in Dallas Cowboys history. 5. Toby Gowan. The No. 5 spot is a perfect match for Gowan, who is 5th in Cowboys history in punt attempts, 338, total punt yardage, 14,099, and punts downed inside an opponent's 20-yard line, 106. Gowan joined the Cowboys in the post-dynasty era in 1997. The team was very much in a transition period on offense as Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin neared the end of their Hall of Fame careers, so Gowan had a substantial workload as the punter. The North Texas product actually had 2 separate stints with Dallas. He returned to his former team in 2003 as a free agent following his initial 3-year run from 1997 to 1999. 4. Mike Saxon. Saxon punted for the Cowboys for 8 seasons, so it makes sense that he ranks prominently in the record books. An 11th round pick of the Lions, Saxon is 2nd in franchise history in total punts, but 1st in total punt yardage. While Saxon compiled lofty stats, he wasn't that efficient of a punter. He's 11th all-time in net yards per punt and 17th, with 40.2 yards per punt. Saxon is also 4th in punts downed inside the 20 despite being 2nd in team history in punt attempts. Saxon's stats are undeniable and he won a Super Bowl as the Cowboys punter. That's more than enough to earn him the No. 4 spot. 3. Chris Jones. Not to be confused with the Chiefs' all-world defensive lineman, Chris Jones never got the recognition he deserved even though his Cowboys tenure was very successful. The former undrafted free agent had the Cowboys punting job for a decade and spent his entire career in Dallas. He's 4th in franchise history in punt yards, 3rd in net yards per punt and 1st in punts downed inside an opponent's 20-yard line, which is a testament to his deadly accuracy. Jones also averaged 44.5 yards per punt in his career. He never made a Pro Bowl, but he was perennially a top 10 punter in the game. 2. Matt McBriar. McBriar is credited with revolutionized the punting game. His ability to bounce the ball sideways spearheaded the placement punting movement. Not only was McBriar a marksman, but he had a cannon of a right-left. He led the NFL in yards per punt in 2006 and 2010 and was a Pro Bowler both seasons. McBriar was the best punter in the NFL throughout his 8 years with the Cowboys. He's 3rd in team history with 2,236 punting yards and 38.1 net yards per punt, as well as 2nd with 175 punts inside an opponent's 20-yard line. Odds are McBriar would have some Cowboys punting records all to himself if he didn't suffer a fractured foot in 2008 on a blocked punt that ended his season after 6 games. 1. Danny White. Danny White is one of the coolest stories in NFL history as he doubled as the Cowboys' starting quarterback and first-choice punter. Not only does White rank top 5 in franchise history in passing yards and passing touchdowns, but he also has the most punts and most punt yardage. A former 3rd-round pick, White never led the league in punting, but he averaged over 40 yards per boot and only 3 Cowboys have more punts down inside an opponent's 20-yard line. Throw in the fact that he made a Pro Bowl and won Super Bowl XII with the Cowboys, and White is clearly the best punter in team history.